Hey guys, this is a winter 2017-2018 Zap Night game room walkthrough. Just wanted to walk you guys through what we got going on and how many games we got. So let's start out. I've got 75 systems total, 1,085 games. So we'll start off in this back corner here where I keep most of my physical copies and some of my handheld stuff. I've also got my arcade cabinet back here and the podcast station. So we'll kind of start off with the game wall. This is our PlayStation 3 collection, some of our Xbox 360 Xbox games. Not a huge Xbox fan, so I don't have a whole lot of Xbox stuff, but I do have quite a bit of PS3 and PS2, and this is the PS2 stuff. And here's a highlight of some of those PS2 games, and I threw some PS4 games in there as well. Some Wii games, some Wii U, GameCube, DS. Again, just some stuff that I like. So here's kind of my overview of Nintendo games and the PlayStation stuff, PS1. I'm still working on my PS1 collection. A lot of it's still got stickers on it, and we're working on cleaning some of that up. So here's a quick view of some of my Nintendo games, and then my PlayStation games. Here we've got a couple of Dreamcast games that are a little bit rarer. That Street Fighter 2, that's 3DO, and I've got a 3DO as well. So here's my Super Nintendo collection, and then down below I have my 64 games, which there's no easy way to display 64 games. Here you can see my Super Nintendo collection. Interesting story, the Final Fantasy 2 and Final Fantasy 3 I actually got at a garage sale, and I think I paid like $2 a piece for them or something. They were hidden in a drawer, and I couldn't believe my eyes when I came across those things. Kind of amazing. There's my Nintendo 64 games. That Ogre Battle doesn't actually work, but I do own it, so I guess technically it's still my game. Few Genesis games that we've got. And then my Atari collection. So now we'll move over to the arcade cabinet. I got this arcade cabinet for about $50 on Craigslist, and then I just kind of cleaned it up and put a flat screen monitor inside and built it. It's just like a hyperspin build. So we'll move over to this wall over here where we got our handhelds and the Game Boy Advance and Game Boy collection. This is the majority of my Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance, along with some of my stray Nintendo DS games, and then all of my Pokemon collection at the top. And over on the other side, we've got the full collection of handheld games. I have just about everything from Game Boy on. So the full collection of all the Game Boy Color colors, and quite a few of the Game Boy SPs. A handful of them are backlit, which is nice. Over on the other side, some of the PSP, PS Vita in the back, and my awesome blue Game Gear. And then here's our podcast station. Nothing super awesome going on here, just this is where we do all of our podcasting, and maybe you guys will see a little bit more of that in the future. So now we'll move on to the middle of the room where we keep the entire collection of my systems a little more on display here. There's no real organization to them, I just laid them out. But basically we have all of the Nintendo systems. I think we're only missing the Virtual Boy. I have all the PlayStation systems, all of the Xbox systems, most of the Sega stuff, the Atari, and a random pinball Atari system, and then a couple oddballs. I have the 3DO in television and old Apple Classic. Now at the top we keep all of the controllers and the cords for the game systems. The idea is to be able to play any game at any time on the fly. So being able to just grab a system off the shelf, grab the cords out of the bins up above, and attach them to a TV and be ready to go. Now we'll move on to the other side of the room. So here's the Zelda collection. I have most of the Zelda games. I think I'm missing a few, but not a whole lot. And then down below we have some Minecraft figures. Then here's my Wii collection, which is kind of extensive. A lot of it is just kids games, and then my select few of Wii U games. And over here, this is the Pokemon plush corner. A lot of these we've gotten at garage sales, but a few of them we've got brand new too. Along the top of the fireplace is all of our Final Fantasy VII figures. Cloud Sword there in the background. So that leads us to the Final Fantasy wall. And I have a Lightning Sword here on this wall. Final Fantasy III is missing because Kaylee is actually playing that copy right now. But otherwise I have all the Final Fantasy main series and all of their guides. I am missing Final Fantasy XIV. The biggest reason is because I'm not super eager to play 14, and at this point I may as well just wait for like a complete edition to come out, or at least wait until we're ready to start picking up 14 and playing it for the series, which will be a while. Over on this other wall, we have all of the spin-off Final Fantasy games. So, Crystal Chronicles, and Type O, and some of the movies, the Chocobo series, a little bit of everything sitting in there. Aiming to have the ability to play every Final Fantasy game. This side is the main gaming station. We've got our bigger TV on this side. And on the right there, we've got some Switch games and PS4 games. And on the left is our Final Fantasy showcase. And then here in the center is all of our amiibos, and then kind of our active game systems down below with the Switch and our PS4. PS4 is a 20th anniversary PS4 that was exclusive. I think they only had 20,000 copies made. So here's our Final Fantasy display case. A lot of Final Fantasy 15 stuff, some of our collector's editions, a couple more Final Fantasy VII figures. Obviously, Final Fantasy VII being my favorite game of the Final Fantasy series. So, thank you guys so much for watching this little video of our game room. I'd like to have, maybe one each year. And like I said, we have over 1,000 games, and we've been keeping track of them with an app on our phone. It's also a website called Libib, L-I-B-I-B. And basically that lets you scan in games and movies and most media and allow you to keep track of it. So I've been using that to keep track of all of my games that I've collected. And with spring just around the corner and garage sales starting back up, it's really been helpful to know what we already have and what we don't have. So it sucks to buy a game that I've already got. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. You can see everything we got going on at ZapNight.com. You can watch the rest of our videos here on our YouTube channel. And please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It really helps us out a lot. And check us live on Twitch. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.